the Fnatic versus Millennium match. So we thought the restart solved it. Apparently it didn't. Very sorry about that, but we can now actually go into the game. I believe everything should be fixed. And that second game, not quite so interesting, but that first game, very, very great. What was that AP, John? I just walked into that game 2 minutes after the start and was like, no, what's going on? He must just be holding the lane. But no, wait, there's a real support. What?
Yeah. It was an interesting choice. It worked. It definitely did work. Are you expecting to see any unorthodox picks coming into this third game? Actually, we already did plans on picks, right? Yeah, see, it's been...
Actually,
I'm confused.
The Vlad pick, I believe, could be a counter pick to Nidalee. It could actually be something that can out-harass and out-sustain Nidalee on her lane. We're going to have to see if they actually manage to get the same lane with Nidalee, because obviously she can switch around with Udyr as well, who is not that good on mid lane. But, you know, if you get advantageous lanes, sometimes you put a champion in a lane that he is not quite at home in. But we're going to have to see. This is a very, very interesting game that I really cannot call. I mean, the second game really came down to that one oversight from TSM that they did not have the Baron warded.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, Ashe is not the character you want to go and scout with, face scout with. So I think that Ashe kill that basically ended the game. Yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunate, but we're going to see, I believe, I hope, a very close third game right now. And I
hope so.
Super excited about it. We are going to go into the game, I believe, pretty much right now. It's going to be Team Solomid versus Counterlogic Gaming.
Going to be an absolutely awesome show. Who's your favorite for this one? I have to ask.
It's a very hard one.
We've been saying.
So, Chaos is a very, very nice guy. I really like talking to him. I really like his stream as well. So I'm rooting for him. But you know, I've known Hotshot and most of the guys from CLG since last WCG, so they feel close to my heart as well. I don't know. I really can't say, Joe. We're just gonna have to see which is the better team.
Well, let's get into the game. The third and final match here between TSM and CLG is coming right now. So, we are in-game here, the third and final one. The winner of this match will become the champion of the first Intel Extreme Masters event of Season 6, of course, here in Cologne at Gamescom. And we're seeing a fairly similar start to what we saw in the last two games, which is not too much early aggression. Both teams playing it very, very safe.
Yeah. We're going to have to see how Big Fat LP's Urgot is. I don't think we've seen him play Urgot this tournament before, but we have, of course, seen an awful lot of Urgots in the Fnatic versus the Millennium match. I think there was an Urgot in every single game. A very, very, like Ocelot pointed out to me, a very strong early and mid-game hero who falls off sharply toward the end game. So it looks to me like CLG will need to make a move early in this game. We're going to see the pretty much identical start from TSM here. We're going to have a little help for the odd one with the first couple of jungle creeps. And St. Vicious starting with the wolves as well. That, I believe, is the let's get to level 6 as quickly as possible route for Nocturne.
And he's going to, as you say, get that help from Sulz and also Hotshot before they head off into their lane. So we're going to be seeing Sulz taking the Vladimir in middle up against Rainman's Udyr. What do you think to this lane?
Well, is it really going to be Vlad versus... No. Oh, yeah, middle. Yes, absolutely. That is, like I said before, Udyr in middle lane, he does not feel quite at home in middle lane. But he is definitely the guy that you want up against Vlad. Because if he shields right, he can probably out-harass Vlad. If he gets close enough to Vlad, he can do some good damage. And he should be able to shield at least 1 or 2 Qs. And Nidalee versus Shogath is one of those, we are both just going to farm for 30 minutes lanes. Unfortunately, not as much fun to watch, but if you're really good at it, you can push the other one out of the lane. And I think that's what both of them are going to try to do. And obviously, Reginald versus Hotshot, this is the classic American rivalry here, Joe. I believe they both, there must have been a falling out or something. At any rate, they are really big rivals now. They used to be both on the same team. They are certainly the two most popular players on the North American realm, and certainly also two of the best players.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. And yeah, the whole falling out and splitting up as a team thing, I think it's behind them, to be honest. Despite the rivalry that still is there, they seem to be friendly to each other, at least these days. Obviously, Chaos taking Caitlyn, who, to be honest, has been that AD carry of choice throughout this tournament.
Very, very much so, yeah, absolutely. The Q just gives you that much harassing power in lane. That is very powerful, and if you position yourself properly in team fights, and you get these long, drawn-out team fights that teams seem to like so much these days, the Q can just put out all that long-distance harassment and leave you very, very safe. We see no jungle invade yet from the Odd One, who's going to go home right now, probably by Madrid's Noich, buying boots. That probably makes more sense. We have seen Gangplanks invade at level 2 before, but for some reason the Odd One didn't think that was necessary this time around. And invasion is not something you really plan, and invasion is something that you take, I believe, when the opportunity presents itself, and the lanes were all pushed near the towers for CLG, so they could have reacted very quickly to an invasion, and the Odd One wisely choosing not to go into the enemy forest.
Yep, St. Vicious actually just crossing over there, starting his work in on the Wraith camp. Some nice early ward coverage down, you see here in the Tribush, and a very aggressive one by the Wraith. So that's obviously aimed up towards St. Vicious so that he can spot when he can maybe get in there for a sneaky attack. And Steel up at top, as you mentioned, it's just going to be a case of Hotshot and Reginald taking shots at each other and not doing too much damage that's going to cause any problems. Down at the bottom, we just see Chaos hitting level 4. Early CS countdown there, 17, sorry, I tell a lie, 26 for Caitlyn and 18 for Urgot. So already a very, very strong start with Caitlyn.
Yeah. I believe the reason that we did not see a jungle invasion from Nocturne is that he is really trying to hit that level 6 as quickly as possible and then go gank, and that's those ganks that we're really looking forward to. These ganks are really fun as well. When you bait an enemy team by presenting a weakness to them, they go in and then bam, Nocturne ultimate.
Once again, we see that ward in the front bush from TSM. That's something that they've been aiming for the entire time. So also just doing a bit of life stealing there from good old Rayman in middle on that Udyr.
Vlad is this kind of hero that needs to hit a certain level before he becomes really scary. But once Vlad hits level 7 or 8 or so, thereabouts, he becomes really, really scary, and his harassment in lane is just probably unequaled in the game still, even after all the many, many nerfs. And for everybody who's saying nerf Vlad, we have 100 times. It just doesn't seem to help.
He's just naturally awesome.
Yeah, the kit is... it has its strengths, and these strengths are not especially fun to play against, but I can tell you, I used to play Vlad a lot. He is fun to play. You can do these really clutch plays where you go in and it looks like you're definitely going to die, and then there's the one Q keeping you alive, and you have a little bit more damage than the enemy thought. And that's a kill then. Nocturne just hit level 5 here. He's going to get red. I think that may be enough for level 6. The Odd One is now in the top brush, but I don't believe Hotshot is going to get aggressive anytime soon, especially since Reggie just pinged 6, and that means those creep waves are going to fall so very, very quickly.
Down at the bottom, we did see Soraka go back there already. Urgot has Mecha Pendant and the potions down there.
Oh, the Odd One trying to steal Golem. St. Vicious finds him. I don't think the Odd One is going to push. No, he's just going to let the Golem reset. But he still wants to put a little bit of harassment down on St. Vicious. Trying to steal a Golem right now is not quite going to work. Cho'Gath's not going to come to help. He ate an orange there and he was K. But the Rupture, very good flash.
Flash, yeah.
Very good flash.
Really, really safe there. And the Odd One just getting himself away.
And I see one difference between the American and the European Urgot right here. The European Urgot, for some reason, did not skill E until very, very late in the game. And from Big Fat LP, we see the E coming out very early. That means he's probably going to have less of a shield, but he can be much more aggressive, because once that E lands, you have 2 or 3 guaranteed Q hits. and that is going to be very, very painful with the armor reduction from your E, of course.
Just seen that Rainman putting down a ward so that he doesn't get hit from above by by St. Vicious.
And I have to say, I've been watching Reggie play the Nidalee here, and it's a very, very good Nidalee. He knows how to farm with her. I mean, it's, just as I say that he misses one jump, but that's fine. Still not missing that much in CS. No, he's not actually missing any CS. Oh, no, there's the first gank coming in, but they don't have vision, or they don't think he was close enough anymore. That's unfortunate. So I think what happened there is that Reggie put too much distance between himself and St. Vicious, maybe just barely out of range with that one little leap there. And that is a wasted ultimate on Nocturne. That is that whole let's get to level 6 very quickly thing, kind of wasted.
Yeah, we actually see Big Fat GG bring his CS back a little bit closer to that of Chaos, actually 55 to 63 now. And obviously Chaos with that Piltover Peacemaker always able to clear out very, very quickly. In middle we saw Rainman just putting a slight bit of pressure in onto Salty, nothing to really write home about in either of the in the top or the middle lane.
He keeps trying in the mid lane. He always switches to bear stance when he can, tries to get the Vlad, and Salty has been good about evading him so far. That's that shield from Turtle stance. You can't really queue through it as Vladimir, as long as Raymond hits it at the right time, and there is almost a Tiger hit. And top lane, let's have a quick look at the CS there. It's 54 for Nidalee versus 72 already for Farm Shot GG. It's 9 minutes into the game. You guys made the same joke, so I didn't feel as bad about making it. Well, honestly, we joke about this, but you try doing this. You try hitting 72.
I try every game, and I fail every game. Don't worry about that.
You and me both. This sort of consistency needs a lot of mental focus, and he's doing really, really good with it.
We've seen actually Udia go back there. Already got Wriggle's Lantern complete. Just picked up the Ninja Tabby.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense with both Urgot and Nocturne in the enemy team. He just has to hope that Vlad doesn't become that scary. But you know, he's Udia. He's gonna build more tank. He's gonna build Banshee's Veil or Force of Nature.
And now Chaos just working his way through the lane. Up, down there, the CS 79 to 65, so
reasonably close.
Reasonably close, that level kind of staying the same. And Reginald just doing a bit of damage wherever he can to Hotshot up on that top lane.
TSM already building 2 Wriggles and 1 Madrid's Blood Razor on the Pirates, so they can do their trademark thing again this tournament, where they just go for very early Baron or Dragon if they want to. Ooh, Soraka may get caught here.
We've got a middle gank coming in as well onto Salsay, and they've actually put the Ignite down. Not sure they're going to finish it off. In comes the ulti from Nocturne. Surely here is first blood. The odd one is getting away. St. Vicious has to actually get away from there. Rainman is going to be in trouble as well. Gets feared off, and that's 3 decently low from CLG, but no first blood.
Wow. Beautifully avoided there from both teams, actually. Pirate once again perfect with the orange timing. The second he was feared, the orange came out, and once again he was K, Joe. He was K.
He was K. All good. Up at top, Hotshot is going to put some pressure down onto this turret. Once he's finished off a little bit there with the minions. Chaos did come up there once they started to rotate up towards this middle area, just to give that extra support, give them that range. But I guess they're going to start to disappear back down in just a little while. Reginald and Hotshot exchanging blows in that top lane as well. Reginald knows he can just go back to his original form, heal up, no problem. Dragon is actually being pulled out and left again. So yeah. CLG not ready for that just yet.
It's a 4v4 Dragon, and I don't think that CLG want to force that issue right now.
Rainman has returned back into his middle lane. And is he going to push? No, not just yet.
Caitlyn needs to get back bot. There was a big stack. It's not so much that the stack would damage the tower that much, but losing all these minions against the tower would be a lot of farm. And I believe she's going to get there just barely in time, so well done there from Chaos. He is going to actually convert pretty much all of that. Wow, well done there. He knows how to farm as well. And obviously all these pro gamers have these core mechanics down. You just have to. That's just... You can be the best strategic player in the world. If you don't have those core mechanics down, you just can't compete.
Just having a quick check to middle and top, as almost per usual by now. There's not a lot going on.
Gonna be very interested to see if Reginald is gonna go for the old school hotshot build on Nidalee, which would be the Rage Blade into probably Lichbane or into Deathcap, or if he goes to something more aggressive. Mid lane now, the main man actually still not reaching Salty. These two are not going to do any damage to each other. Let's have a look at the CS though. 90 for Udyr versus 89 for Vladimir. And once again, exactly the same situation top lane. Reginald with the perfect Gozu reflexes. They're jumping out of range just in time.
And look at the ward placement right now over from TSM. Absolutely covered the lower river part. So lots of vision they've got there. They want to make sure that CLG aren't walking in there and picking themselves up a Baron.
Mid lane, Rainman is really doing well on shielding all those Qs from Salty. And Salty has built up the revolver already. And we have Dragon up right now, and we saw Sona just walk past that, clearing out wards. So it could be that TSM are setting up for that Dragon. Like we said, 3 Wriggles once again. And that means they can take...
Spam them wards.
Yes, spam them wards, but also take down Dragon in half a second, pretty much.
Actually, St. Vicious was there. I obviously spotted him. Clairvoyance does go down. And X-Special clearing out very nicely here. And CLG have to be a little bit wary that they don't give this Dragon up exactly for free.
Yeah. They should at least make them waste a little of time. They show their presence a couple of times, have them go in and out. And that's what they're doing right now. It looks like TSM aborted the Dragon attempt and is going back to farm mode.
And Caitlyn is doing plenty of damage now. Got the Zeal. Obviously, Wriggles was built earlier on. Doran's Blade from the start.
That's interesting. Normally we see them go for the BF sword after the Wriggles. Trying something new in the last game of the tournament. Why not? It's probably not something new. It's probably something else that he trained to, obviously.
Nocturne actually sniffing around by Dragon here. It looks like he's actually going to engage. This could be very dangerous.
Yep.
They spotted him going back now. And Rayman did start to come down, but decided, nope, not worth it just yet.
Yep.
And in the meantime, KX is continuing to farm. Actually, both him and Hotshot GG on 135 CS at this point of the game.
Wow. Nidalee falling behind a little bit then at 116 CS, but Reggie has not been back to buy even once. Neither has Hotshot. Wow. These guys really like their farm. Bit of damage on Salty in mid lane, not too much there. There's nothing much going on in bot lane as well. It's one of those situations where it looks very dull, but both teams are just waiting for one team to make the first move. And we saw in that last game, once CLG sneaked the Baron, all of a sudden it was bam, and the game was over. So we have to watch very carefully here for the first team to make a move. I hope it's not going to be one single Baron sneak into an end of a game. But you know what? It's the Intel Extreme Masters. You want to win. You're going to do anything you can to win. And honestly, that's exactly what these players should be doing.
There's a ping gone down there up at the top where Hotshot is. Not sure really what that was all about. Either way. We are seeing the odd one start to move down in towards this bottom lane area. So possible gank being set up from TSM.
Wow, and look how common these so-called ninja ganks have become. Chaos actually warding his own brush in bot lane for fear of somebody sneaking in there when the creeps are pushed past it.
Yeah, we've seen that quite a lot, quite often happening throughout this tournament. Another Clairvoyance down. Obviously, these wards timing out around about the South River, so we'll probably see some fresh coming in, since still no one has taken that first Dragon. Reggie
has now rotated down near Dragon, so I believe this is the time for them to do Dragon. And St. Vicious may get caught here, and there is the Udyr coming in from behind, but St. Vicious gets out. There is a good ultimate down on him. Rainman is going to get not going to get a stun because there's a troll pool. And they're just going to take this tower, I believe. Salty now actually take a lot of damage from Udyr, and there is a good shot. And that's first blood to Reginald. Big Fat LP has to flash out of this. He's going to get an ulti to him. He's going to get a lot of damage from Udyr. Look at that. Wow, that damage. Amazing. Elements gets caught by the Sona ultimate and goes down as well. As I was saying, Joe, once it starts happening, it happens at a crazy neck-breaking pace.
Absolutely amazing stuff there from TSM. And they're going to take down this turret. Are they going to push in for the base turret? I don't see why not.
Yeah, there's still 3 down. Actually, they're coming back right now. And Raymond flashing in, I believe. Did he flash in there? Yeah, he did flash in there to no avail because St. Vicious had distance enough.
Now we're going to see a Dragon pick up finally.
Yes, I don't think that CLG can do anything about this right now. That was a very, very good start of the actual proper game for TSM. They just saw that one chance of having St. Vicious a little bit out of position, and they followed up so strongly. These teams, they know exactly what they're doing. They see the smallest advantage, and they go like, okay, we need to go up full speed on them. Hotshot now in the middle of Odd One Leg Special, doing what damage he can, but he's not going to kill anyone, obviously.
And Italy's there as well, so they have to be a little bit careful of Reginald. But it is a 5-man stack from CLG. They're looking to instantly reply to that earlier push, which killed 3 of them. We're actually seeing Hotshot pushing straight through. Well, flash, and he gets the
Reggie has been
in there.
Reggie has been swapped. It goes down as well at the hands of Urgot. So that's 2 for nothing, and a tower for CLG, who are pulling back very, very strongly.
Insane early game in this one. 3-2. Obviously, a slight gold advantage with that extra kill, plus the 1 more tower down. No way.
No. Oh, wow. The Odd One is still down. He has his ultimate, so he can put it down, but the ultimate is not a very reliable way of stealing. There it comes right now. It's going to damage CLG. Raymond is actually going in right now. It's exhausted, has to pull back, and they cannot finish Baron, so that was... Or can they? They don't care. They're going for Baron, and the Raymond goes in again. The rest of Team CLG, the rest of TSM is not there. There's the nom, and it's a pickup for CLG. Raymond now in all sorts of trouble. There is the ultimate from Nocturne as well. A good troll pool in the middle of the Odd One. The Odd One's also going to go down. Not only did they not stop CLG from doing Baron, they also lost 2 people in the process.
Absolutely incredible play then from CLG, and I tell you what, to stay there in that Baron fight in a final like this, that takes some nerves as well.
I wonder if it was all of them agreeing that this should be done, or if it was one person on Team should say, no, stay, we got this. Because that was a very close call. I was really not sure if that was the right decision, but obviously enough it was.
Brilliant start to this final match. Obviously the winner, if you're just joining us, the scoreline is 1-1. So the winner of this 3rd and final game will be the champion.
I believe they can see it on the screen. Actually, we have this very nice ESL graphic under the main header that has the current score up 1-1 right now. We are spectating Team Solomid versus CLG. And it's still a close game, Joe. It looked like CLG just really gave them a solid punch in the jaw there, but TSM were ahead before that. And if you just look at gold, they're pretty much equal right now. Reginald actually did opt to go straight for that death cap. I'm not sure what he's building next. That could be a void stab, which would be insanely aggressive. Rainman versus Hotshot top lane. I don't think they're going to do much damage to each other. Nope, they're just dancing a little bit there.
Yeah, not the most fun you can have watching a lane there. Udyr against Cho'Gath. Actually, we're seeing Reginald start to work up as well. They probably did see him coming from the ward just in that brush there. Hotshot retreating around the backside. Doesn't want to get himself caught out, even though he is full HP. Got himself the Negatron cloak built up already, so looking like Hotshot's going to have another strong game. I mean, his farm is up at 185.
Wow.
We're about to see Caitlyn hit 200. And look at this, they're pushing straight into that middle area. Obviously, Baron buff is still with them. The Gangplank ulti just slowing them down a little bit, but I think they should be able to do this one. And there's missiles coming out from Urgot, and Reginald took so much damage. Actually healed himself as well in the process of all that. It looks like blue buff will be stolen as well by CLG.
Oh, yeah, I don't know that TSM can actually go in there now. Nope, they are too late. Who's it going to go to? Oh, Reggie almost stealing it with a spear there. Not going to happen, though. It's 300 AP. Those spears do a lot of damage already. Rainman actually finding Soraka here, putting good damage on her with Tiger Stance. She has to flash out, but there's Reggie now on her. If he gets one takedown, that could be the kill on Elements. Good double heal, but is it going to be enough? It doesn't look like it's going to be, and there's the pickup on Elements.
Nicely done. And obviously that flash was burned pretty early, trying to get that heal off There was no rupture, unless I missed it before he switched up to the rupture from Hotshot didn't really come in there, and he's a little bit scared here on his tower, thinking that they may dive in onto him. Actually, we see Rainman going in, of course, Turtle Shield coming out. You're not going to do much damage to that Udyr, and he'll just simply walk on away.
Yeah, walk on away. That is the equalizer once again for kills. So we are at 4-4 right now. Very, very equal game right now. Although you have to ask yourself, what is the answer from CLG if this game goes super long and it turns into a poke game? So I heard earlier from Ocelotta, the pro gamer I was casting with, that Soraka is considered a Nidalee counter because she can heal up those pokes. The thing is, Soraka is not going to build AP while Nidalee is, so while those pokes get stronger and stronger, the heals don't.
Exactly, and that's a big, big problem, especially when you start to move into that late game. The Nidalee spears are just absolutely insane.
And so much fun to cast, I have to say. The entire audience goes, oh, is it going to hit? Yay!
And your Soraka counter only works, by the way, when she doesn't catch the spears twice in a row.
Oh.
Soraka actually just dropping that CV. They know where Nidalee is at the moment. I'm not sure if they're going to go and have a bit of a peek, try and pick her up. Doesn't look that way. Hotshot is starting to move his way in. There is a ward right where he stood.
It has to be said, CLG did not do enough with the Baron buff. They took one tower off of it, while TSM just took 2 towers earlier without Baron buff, just off of a kill. Hotshot in exactly the position he likes to be. He likes to be in the enemy's face, and look at that scary Loch Ness monster right there.
Yeah.
That is a big scary thing, and you just want to right click it. You just want to use your abilities. Dragon pick up there for CLG. TSM is not going to contest it, and that's the right play here, of course. They could try the Gangplank ulti, but nope, they're not going to waste it for that.
Let's watch Hotshot again as he moves his way up towards middle. Gonna have some free farm while he's there. He's actually just getting X Special completely out of the way.
Yeah.
Up at the top, though, we see Caitlyn, and this is what Caitlyn's absolutely awesome for, which is obviously just speeding up into that lane that's completely empty, knocking the tower down, getting straight out of there. And she may even try and do some damage onto the next one. Has to be a bit careful. Hotshot is on his way up there to defend.
Yeah, he wants to force somebody to come defend. Now he's happy, now he's going to go home. Chaos basically says, mission accomplished, somebody came here to defend, I can go back home. They cannot continue their push in middle. Well, just as I say that, they continue their push in middle. Interesting. Okay, currently there's Sona, Nidalee, and Udyr. They should be able to defend just fine. So we see those spears actually do a lot of damage right now, one-shotting those ranged minions. Death Cap finished on Vladimir, though. He's going to start to get very worrisome as well. Death Cap and Void Staff on Nidalee, indeed. So aggressive Reginald is aggressive, and that's what we like, you know?
Going to be good to see how this all builds up a little bit later on into the game. As you mentioned,
just
315 AP.
Yeah, I just saw Caitlyn do a 1016 points crit. Wow. Obviously, that was a crit with Wriggles on a minion, but the numbers still look pretty good.
Obviously, built Infinity had Zeal is there, Berserker's Greaves are done, Wriggles there. It's a really nice looking Caitlyn so far. I mean, she's got so much farm. 245. Wow. The highest by a few. Hotshot just behind at 235 with his Cho'Gath.
And Hotshot building his trademark Cho'Gath build that has been using for the entire tournament. It's Frozen Heart into Force of Nature into Wit's End. Wit's End is actually a very interesting item on Cho'Gath. It kind of does make sense. I mean, you do have the Vorpal spikes that benefit from your attack speed as well, and the extra magic resist is exactly what you need on Cho'Gath. But it's just strange to see any attack damage being built on the tank.
Yeah. But we've seen Hotshot's. Well, he's a monster with Cho'Gath, let's be honest.
Literally as well.
Caitlyn's going back there. Hotshot thought he may be in with a chance of picking something up. Again, we've got fairly comprehensive ward coverage, more from CLG at this point. And actually, we may see a bit of an altercation here as Big Fat GG actually took a spear.
A good one, too.
Not so far away from half HP. That spear hit Hotshot, but if it had hit Elements, it would have been a totally different story.
Yeah.
There goes another spear. Oh, just flashing back behind. And they managed to steal that blue buff away.
And easily, too. It didn't look like TSM felt like they were in a position to take it. And, oh, there is a ward. Big Fat LP, you have to be careful. There's a flash after him, but the rest of Raymond's team is possibly going to be too far away. And the defense of Nocturne ulti makes it sure that they don't chase up. Yes. Oh, actually, Nocturne being very aggressive in bottom lane there, getting the odd one down to very little health indeed. And the odd one has to use his ultimate defensively here. But he's going to be able to save the tower. Good swap on X Special. He's going to go down.
All kicking off there in that middle area. The swap from Urgot, perfectly timed, and obviously a fairly easy kill once you pull a support that far into the group. That's kind of a foregone conclusion. Here we go. Hotshot actually pushing up here, and they are working through on Rayman. He's surely going to go down. He's got the ignite on him as well. There he is, dead. And Solskjaer actually up into the base. Needs to be a little bit careful. Chaos's damage is very, very high. They've got minions. Hit the tower. They should be careful now because we are seeing CLG all coming back. Sorry, TSM all coming back. At
the same time, CLG had been pushing bottom lane the entire time, actually going past the turret to put some threat out on the enemy team. Big stack coming top. Looks like Chaos is going to go and clear that up. Going to get his farm even higher. The other one still needs to be careful. CLG are around there, and that looked really, really scary. Hotshot just put himself in the front position and said, I don't care, there is no amount of damage in the world you can do that will even worry me. And that is a scary place to be for Chaos and all of TSM. TSM is a little bit out of position. If they want to go in for that turret very quickly, they can do it. Hotshot eating a spear, not going to be bothered at all by that. That's the movement speed buff from Pirate, and Rainman's going to use it to get out of the fear leash.
And they're going to back away from this one, not willing to take the fight around that turret, but they've done a good job. They're 5-3 ahead now in terms of turrets, 42 to 37k gold. So they've built up a nice 5k advantage right there.
Baron is available. Both teams should be looking for wards, not just at Baron, but also in the access ways toward Baron, so that they can force a Baron and possibly catch the enemy in a bad position.
But there's not a ward there at all from CLG. This is very dangerous.
You know what's a bad position for Baron? All in base. That's a very bad position. And that's going to be a free Baron to TSM. Oh, wow. Where's the ultimate from Odd One? Didn't even see it. Probably just slowing down everybody. And yeah, CLG didn't even get near that Baron.
Oh, TSM needs to be careful. And Hotshot will actually catch them. And the Rupture actually lands onto Ravenman, which is probably the best situation out of everything there.
Yeah, for TSM, certainly.
TSM just backing their way in. CLG actually forcing their way possibly to clear up this middle area, put a bit more pressure on down at bottom. There we will see Reginald get the kill onto St. Vicious. Switch out of ulti mode there and got the heal off in the nick of time. Spear got the kill. Nicely done onto Nocturne. And then we're going to see another dragon now for CLG.
So, you know, Joe, I want to say that TSM feel like they have the advantage right now, but CLG still have that strong gold lead, and there is another dragon, like you said, that's going to make the gold lead even bigger. Hotshot did not die, or did he die? Did Hotshot die? Let's have a look. No. He did not die yet. Yeah, so he has those 6 stacks up, and he is going to be so hard to take down. Rainman, though, fancies his chances, goes in. He's got to put a little bit of Tiger Stance damage on him, and Hotshot actually has to flash to be safe. And you know what? Rainman keeps going after him because CLG was caught badly out of position. They couldn't go through their Golem Forest, and Chaos taking half health off that inhib turret just in a matter of seconds, really.
And we see the poke from Nidalee. They've actually split off, and they're going to attack this top turret. They've got Udi and Caitlyn there. That's like the perfect combo for a 2-man team up on this turret. And actually, we see the ulti coming in. Caitlyn's going to have to escape. Gets into a position where she can do damage safely. And it looks like we may see the St. Vicious go down. No, it's definitely not. There goes the switch onto Reginald, who tries to get himself away, will manage to get away, got a heal in the process, will try and heal himself as well. He's gone down very low. Rainman, of course, will become the focus. It'll take them a long while to get him down, and there's a beautiful stun from X Special over the top, and he actually got every single man from CLG there. He doesn't get much more perfect like that with his Sona ulti.
You know, they say we don't give enough credit to supports, but it just has to be said, that was one of the most beautiful ults I've ever seen, really. That was beautifully played by X Special.
And more to the point, it saves lives and Baron buffs.
Oh yeah, Baron buffs as well. Very good point. Salz is going to take a bit of damage. He's going to troll pool, do damage to himself. And oh, good flash there from Rainman. He's going to go in with the Tiger Stance damage. It's not quite enough. And now Rainman needs to be careful because now the entire team in CLG is on him. They take the turret down, so suddenly it's a safe place. But it's not that safe because CLG are still scary, scary people.
We see that TSM just backed straight away there. Rainman decided he wasn't going to survive that one.
Yeah.
So he just let him sacrifice while the rest of his team could obviously run away and get themselves safe. Caitlyn going down bottom for some nice farm. Let me bring the scoreboard back up so we can look at more items. And Caitlyn, Infinity Edge, Phantom Dancer, Wriggles Lantern, Berserker Greaves, all nice build there from Chaos.
This is insane, really. The amount of damage that Caitlyn can put out. You said it exactly right in the last fight. She needs to get in a position where she can do damage, but she was just around that corner of the trees there, was safe there, and if she can poke and can put a couple of Qs through maybe multiple enemies as well, the damage is insane. And I think except for Hotshot, no one can tank her for any amount of time, really.
TNX Special just creep around there. Oracle's on, so he's going to be checking for any advanced ward put up quite aggressively down towards that red buff. And actually, there's nothing there. In fact, there's only one single ward, I think, on the entire map, which is this one.
Yeah.
Right about the Baron.
Lonely, lonely ward there. Oh, he gets a friend at the other end of the brush.
Here we go with St. Vicious down bottom, clearing out. Will back straight away, doesn't want to get himself ganked. Caitlyn is going to take herself the red buff. And TSM, they didn't do so much with that last Baron. It has to be said.
They did not. They did not. They're slowly closing the gap, but so very, very slowly. It's really just going to come down to how much is Urgot going to fall off in late game. And the build here looks, I don't even know what this looks like. There's a Brutalizer and a Phage. The Phage could be both a Frozen Mollet if he wants to go tanky, or a Trinity Force, which works very well with the Qs. The Brutalizer, I don't even know what this is going to be. It can only become a Humus Ghostblade, but on ranged, obviously not the ideal item you want to build. At the same time, Caitlyn, like you said, building super classic. He's going to build a second Phantom Dancer, actually, and yes, this is actually a good idea to build. Second Phantom Dancer, it's going to get a very close to max on attack speed, very close to max crit chance, and that's going to just be super, super scary.
Here we go. CLG are starting to work on this inhibitor. TSM do manage to scare them off, though. Spears coming out left and right. Defensive poke working well so far. Hotshot actually just avoiding that spear.
That spear barely pierced his tail there. But he feels no pain in his tail.
Pushing a little bit more. Oh, that one he caught.
Yeah.
Always good to see these spears going out. There's another one straight on to Hotshot. See 452 AP at the moment for Nidalee, by the way. That's very, very scary. And now one of these teams needs to decide that they've had enough of this standoff and go somewhere else. And yeah, that's exactly what KX is doing. He's gonna go and farm, and if St. Vicious eats the spear, takes a good chunk of health, but Soraka is gonna heal it up. She actually built a little bit of AP and the cooldown boots so she can spam those heals. Let's have a look. Yep. So, more spears coming out. Obviously, just getting rid of these minions. And at the moment, it's a very kind of cautious fight. No one wants to jump in there. St. Vicious actually losing round about half his HP.
Nice move by Hotshot.
Yeah.
Yes, well done by Hotshot there.
That means they can probably stay here. Half HP on St. Vicious is still a lot of health to be tanking. Yeah, and there's, it's going to take a couple of heals to heal that back up. And CLG realized that this is never going to get better. They're going to get outpoked here very, very badly. They just need to leave. Oh, Clairvoyance goes down. They know exactly where CLG are. We've hit almost the 40-minute mark, and it's showing they don't want to push, they don't want to overstretch. Yeah. You can tell that this is a very important game. Oh, is Baron back? Baron is back. TSM are there. Are CLG even aware of Baron being back? Nope. Because they're not warded. They've not warded the top side of the map at all. Going there, but they're too late once again. CLG should back away from this one.
Yeah, absolutely. But look at this, even after Baron, TSM still about 4k gold behind. More than 4k gold behind. I'm not good with math, but you know what I mean.
I mean, the turrets make a huge, huge difference here. We're seeing a 6-4 scoreline. And yeah, we have that 5k almost gold difference.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be 5k now.
Feed. Chaos is up at 341 CS. Hotshot 300.
Hey Joe, let's make bets right now. Where is he going to end up CS-wise? I'm going to say 440.
I think you're maybe underestimating how long this game's going to go.
So what's your bet?
I say he hits 500.
He hits 500. Yeah. Okay, we're going to see. KX definitely has the will to farm. There was the 1144 crit with the Wriggles proc. Nice.
Yeah, I think the way that this game's shaping up, because it is a final, because it is the third in a best of 3, they're going to play defensive. Maybe not necessarily defensive, but passively. I don't think we'll be seeing many forced fights. I think everything will happen with perfect timing, or imperfect timing for one team, no doubt.
Yeah. But once again, I believe once one of these teams makes a step forward, either way, it's going to go very, very quickly, and the end could come very soon. We saw this before. Once there's a tiny little mistake, these teams follow up relentlessly, mercilessly even. And they are all at their best performance right now. They're at 100% concentration. They see the smallest little opening. They're going to go in there, and it's going to go very, very quickly.
And again, TSM are in their base. They've got Baron buff, and they're in their base.
Very
Super passive play.
You don't really want to... You notice how important this game is to these two teams. I mean, the American forums are certainly full of TSM versus CLG threats at this very moment. If they're not, make sure they will be. Both teams have a very, very vocal and very dedicated fan base. And I can basically hear them cheering all the way over from North America, all the way here in Cologne. And these guys up there on the stage, they know they have lots of fans to either make proud or disappoint.
Rainman just heading up middle on his own.
Oh, I like
Baron
this.
buff still active.
Shogath built a Quicksilver Sash. That is very, very nice. He is not going to be focused, but he will be able to run away from CC. There's not much CC in the enemy team, but what CC there is, he will be able to run away from with that Quicksilver Sash if he needs to. And if Sona tries to keep him away from their carries with their ultimate, he can just insta-cleanse out of that and still chomp down on Chaos.
Right now, TSM starting to finally move out. I think Baron buff can't have too much time left on it. Still, there goes the spear in. Takes roughly a third of HP away from St. Vicious. That must have been literally before his nose, before his range run out.
And the spear just says, nope, I'm done. I'm going to fall down now.
But both teams actually have an open inhibitor as well. This one in the middle from CLG, the bottom one over for TSM. And both teams are very, very wary about pushing it.
TSM cannot siege this forever. There is a giant stack on top, and it's only going to get bigger as it approaches the turret, and I believe that top turret could fall to that one single stack. Remember that earlier this year we made minions a lot stronger in the patch. We took a little bit back, but compared to last year, minions are definitely a lot stronger.
I like the change, by the way.
I like it a lot as well.
Reginald moving through into middle, just going to clear that up. Look at the big top. Yeah, look at this, Caitlyn. 500 farm.
No,
go,
I think
go.
you're going to be right.
She's got lots.
Insane.
Just absolutely clearing up wave after wave.
Bot turret there dies to TSM's minions. That's happy times for TSM as well.
Really, really great. I mean, Caitlyn's going to be pretty much finished with her entire build.
Yeah.
Once this second Phantom Dancer comes in, and she's got Last Whisper, got Infinity Edge, got Berserker Greaves, and there's a slot which is Quicksilver Sash.
I like it. You can cleanse out of the suppression from Urgot.
Nice.
That is a very, very underused item and a borderline OP item, I actually think. It's stronger than Cleanse, in case you didn't know. Or anyone at home didn't know. You cannot cleanse a Mordekaiser ulti, but you can Quicksilver Sash cleanse it.
We have TSM just running riot here. This could be very dangerous. They're going to get hit from behind if they're not careful. Nice decision to go that way.
There it is.
There goes the ulti from Nocturne. It's coming in on to Chaos, who's just trying to get himself out of there. There's the Gangplank ulti. We see Chaos again backing off to a safe distance. And the Fia, I think, did proc there. It was just slightly off to the right of my screen. A massive team fight here going on. Solse needs to be careful. Actually, all Sanguine pull away. Odd One is low. Chaos is down. Let's try and catch up with the rest of them again. Here we go. Reginald will actually heal himself up quite nicely. A big fat GG is like, I want to chase, but I know got on him really slow.
Yeah. That was a very good reaction time there from Chaos, immediately cleansing out of it, but it wasn't enough because there was that pesky Nocturne following it up.
Yep.
She flashed away and Nocturne just followed her with a flash of his own. Chaos was safe there for a moment, but tried to do damage in that team fight, and that meant he was still in range to be taken down. And I believe this is definitely going to be an inhibitor right now.
I think there's something wrong if they don't manage to get this inhibitor. They are going to take that easy. Obviously, you can see here on the minimap as well, Baron is nicely warded up from CLG, so the next one, they're not going to let it go so easily.
They learned the lesson. Hotshot has one slot free. There's a Doran's ring he can sell and buy something else for, but I wouldn't even know what to build at this point. He's so super tanky.
Something for fun, maybe. So here we go. They're going to work their way in. Another turret going to fall. And most probably an inhibitor as well. I mean, all five are back alive for TSM. There goes the inhibitor. Stun actually comes out there from Sunner. They're going to go in onto St. Vicious, who ultis back in there. And there's some massive damage coming in. Reginald gets the heal off. The turret's doing a bit of damage as well to Hotshot. Oh.
That is not what we want to see. Let's see if the game is still going on, Joe. Let's try to reconnect. The players are not moving, so I think it's probably not looking good for us. I'm going to try to reconnect right away. Sometimes it's just a small spike, and it's just the spectator client disconnecting, but I don't see much movement from the players right there.
Yeah, they'll reconnect in as well. But I heard when that happens and you reconnect in, you don't actually take any damage, but any buffs that you had are gone.
Okay.
Which is lucky because no one has Baron right now.
Yeah.
But let's see. So.
Does not look very good. If we can get some hint from backstage. Okay, we'll have info for you as soon as we know it. From the lack of movement there, I'm guessing the players. Chaos very, very intensely chewing. I do that too when I play and it gets very, very intense. I chew my chewing gum more quickly. It's not going to help here though.
So we try to reconnect and see if we can get in there.
Not going to happen, I don't think. Let's have a quick look at least at where the game was at. I mean, I'm going to have a quick look here where the game was at. CLG were pushing in. They were ahead by about 5k gold, 7 to 6 towers, 9 to 5 kills. They were in the base. They were taking an inhib after inhib. And I'd have to say, if I had to give it to any team, I'd give it to CLG, but the game was by no means over.
It wasn't over.
By no means over.
It's 5k goal, 1 turret. Mwah.
Yeah. 2 inhibs. Was the second inhib actually down? I think it actually was.
Yeah. They've just taken that second inhib in the middle.
Yeah.
So we wait for some news from on the stage.
I can tell you that even though I am I'm trying to be very, very calm right now, I can tell you there's people furiously working at Riot to fix this. The entire Riot office were watching this, so the guys who need to fix this are probably just jumping up from where they were sitting in the office watching this, running over to where they can go to fix this.
See, both teams still very focused, still in the zone.
Yeah, they need to be.
So still no update from the stage. Like I said, we'll bring you any information that we have as soon as we have it.
And I have to say, I do apologize to all StarCraft fans who want to see the Puma versus MC finals here. I'm very sorry about that. I want to see those as well. But we are going to have to find out what we're going to do here. Just like you guys, we're just waiting for information right now. Look at that intense stare from Reginald. He did not give up this game, neither did Chaos. They were definitely pushed against the wall there. But they're not giving up, and you know, they shouldn't give up. We were at the 44-minute mark, so that's already quite a long game. And it was a really intense one, Joe. There were moments of just farming, but really intense action there toward the end.
To be honest, this was shaping up to be probably one of those games where you get a thrilling end. One team either, CLG here could have pushed through. Actually, the positions that they're in, I've got the screen up now, they're running it back. St. Vicious already on his way away. Salsa was, 3/4 health, as you can see here, with Udyr attacking. But CLG were backing off from this fight, and most probably that's where they were going.
Yeah, Baron, absolutely. And I do believe there was a strong advantage for CLG, but not an advantage where you could say we have to give the game to them. And this is not how you want the game to end, neither as CLG nor as TSM. Yeah, Baron definitely available. Wards everywhere in the forest. They could have gone for a very safe Baron. And I believe at this point the game has to be dead. People have been disconnected from it for sufficient amount of time that the game server will have given up on it.
Yeah. Guys.
Yeah, there's not much I can do from here. I'm very sorry. Whenever something like this happens, people on the forums are like, stop talking and fix it. I wished I could. I am not a very smart person. We are going to find out what we can do here. We're going to come up with the solutions one way or another. Going to go to a very quick commercial break. Once again, very sorry, guys. We're going to have more info for you very soon.
Gone in the first wash. Stain gone in the first wash.
With Resolve Laundry Stain Remover, you get 4 times more power, so it's guaranteed to remove tough stains in the first wash.
This one's clean the first time round.
In the battle against stains, Resolve gives you a reason to celebrate. Trust Resolve, forget stains.
Gone in the first wash. Stain gone in the first wash.
With Resolve Laundry Stain Remover, you get 4 times more power, so it's guaranteed to remove tough stains in the first wash.
This one's clean the first time round.
In the battle against stains, Resolve gives you a reason to celebrate. Trust Resolve, forget stains.
Glory.
We're back in game, guys. Everything was saved at its point, which is a good thing, because we are now continuing here with the Intel Extreme Masters Grand Final for League of Legends here at the Global Challenge in Gamescom. Ulti coming out there, and there's fights going off all over the place right now, and we saw CNX Special taking a lot of damage, actually backs away. There goes a big spear in onto Big Fat LP, who managed to survive there with the use of his shield. Super minions pouring down middle as well.
Oh wow, that was a good kill there on Udyr, and now TSM have to be careful, because without Udyr they don't have anyone tanky that can go in and take CLG's attention. But oh, Big Fat LP almost dying to the spear there. Ooh, CLG pushing in again. They have not taken Baron. At the same time, an Inhib dying to minions, and a very good swap on Chaos. Oh, this could be game. Reginald now falling to the ultimate from St. Vicious as well. And it looks like CLG are just finally pushing their advantage down. Yes, CLG just want to end it right here. They're taking a second Nexus turret down. And this is gonna be the Nexus. We were literally minutes away from the end of the game when this happened.
CLG, the champions of the Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge in Cologne. Amazing, amazing game, Daniel.
Wow.
It's been spread out over a good few hours, but we finally got there. I
think I have a bunch of gray hairs right now, but you know what? CLG was this close to winning the game. Obviously, this is never how you want the game to end, but you have to just give it to them. They were definitely in the driver's seat, and the moment we went back into the game, the players had time to reset and go back into an orderly fight. And we just saw how that orderly fight ended. CLG completely taking it, and they just said, push right now, ended. And look at that, 392, so I think I was closer.
I think you beat me on that one. Damn it. Well.
Wow, what a game, what a marathon, nerve-wracking game here, Joe. I have to say, CLG were definitely the dominant team in this entire tournament. They dropped 2 games. One to TSM and one to Fnatic, no, to Millennium, sorry, to Millennium. Both of those super close. And CLG are looking at really like the best team in at least in North America, maybe in all of League of Legends right now, because they have just won the Intel Extreme Masters. They're going to be at MLG next week, and I'm probably going to do something like this again. I'm very happy for them that they've bounced back. The first WCG gold medal winners. Now also your IEM Gamescom champions. Champions, yes. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, they have played so very solidly throughout this entire tournament. A lot of people, myself included, had them somewhere up in that top 3. But they've won the tournament. They've played so great the entire time. We saw that first game. They were a little bit shaky, a little bit nerve-wracked, it seemed. And, well, they've just come out here and they've just proved, well, we're not just down and out. We're actually going to come back and we're going to win this one. Great play. Obviously, Team Solo made second position. They finished in this tournament. They, understandably, are upset right now. It's a thrilling game, and to come out as the loser of that one is always not nice.
And I'm very, very certain that there's going to be discussion about how this game ended, but in the end, I just have to say that looking at those last fights, if those last fights had happened a couple of different ways, I still think there would have been a better chance of CLG to win. And you know what? They are the deserved champions of IEM right now, and I believe this is it for us, Joe.
That's it. I thank you very much.
Pleasure casting with you, absolutely.
Joining us here on not only on this stream but on the other stream as well. Been an absolute pleasure. Coming up next will be the StarCraft 2 Grand Final. Of course, it's MC versus Puma, a game which...
Yes. We're going to find out, Joe.
A game which a couple of guys in here, I think they want to watch it or
see this.
Something.
We're going to see if Korean Tyrant is actually more OP than just plain old Korean. But it's going to be a Korean versus Korean match. No foreigners in this final, but I can't wait to watch this. MC seems to be really top form right now, but Puma is seriously scary. And obviously it's going to be Mr. Bitter in Rotterdam bringing that to you guys here. So signing off from the caster desk, I believe, unless we need to do a... Yep, well, we can sign off. The voice in my head told me. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Thanks for coming out here to the IEM. It was an amazing event. I've never seen crowds like this. Thank you, everyone. Let's have a last round of applause. And that's it for us.
Well done, guys. You made this show. Enjoy StarCraft.